On this week's episode of The Fizz, we have an action-packed episode where we talk about everything from the NBA championship to our Bettinardi promo code story that you guys are definitely going to want to hear. I met Rip Hamilton. I shot the best round of golf of my life. It's been a fun week, and we have a lot to talk about. Mike, I'm going to start over. On this week's episode of The Fizz, we have an action-packed episode where we talk about the NBA championship, the Detroit Tigers, the Rocket Mortgage, the Red Wings have a new Centennial logo, and then we have a lot of personal stories talking about this Bettinardi promo code that all of Southeast Michigan got their hands on. You're definitely going to want to hear that. I met Rip Hamilton. I played some pretty good golf. It is a good episode, and we appreciate you being here to listen. But before we get into all of that, I want to tell you about our amazing sponsor, Antonio's Cucina Italiana. It is my favorite Italian restaurant in all of Michigan, in all of time, in all of America, of anywhere I've been. I've been going here since I was a kid, and they have multiple locations in Dearborn Heights, Farmington Hills, Canton, and Livonia. And then their original location, Roman Village in Dearborn. There is nothing you can get here that won't be a good order. What I normally start with is the pastina soup. That is my favorite, followed by Rita's gnocchi. It is so fulfilling, so rich, amazing. You just leave happy. And it is a family-owned restaurant that's been around for a very, very long time. They've been around since the 60s, and you should bring the family there or go on a date night there or even just get a carryout. The carryout calzone is also one of my favorite, and then you'll also need to get a basket of their garlic bread because the bread is out of this world. Go try Antonio's in Dearborn Heights, Farmington Hills, Canton, or Livonia, or the Roman Village location in Dearborn. But now, let's get into the Fizz. Hello and welcome to episode 189 of the Fizz. Thank you all for joining us. I am here with the main men, Channy Football, Ice Cold Brewloo, on a very Wednesday, late afternoon on June 25th. How are we doing, boys?
Doing great. We're in a rhythm. The boys are back. Summer has officially hit since the last time recorded. Weather's feeling like it. I'm ready to roll, boys.
Yep, I'm with you. The heat is here. We got the rain. We got the heat. We got the mosquitoes. It's summer, baby. It is summer.
And I know, weather podcast, let's talk about it. Chandler has mentioned this in the past. I am of the same vein, and I believe I have this correct. It's cold a lot here in Michigan. I feel like we even had a pretty delayed, summer, spring type deal. And then bam, we get hit with the heat wave. I haven't complained at all. I mean, I'm hot. Sure. I've said I am hot. It's a scorcher out there. Another scorcher. I've said all of those things. You're not hearing me complain. Not hearing me complain. Wrap me in this warmth blanket. I love it.
We get a 2-month stretch of it, soak it all in, sweat it all out. I just love going outside. You're like working in the yard or doing whatever you're doing, and then you jet back into the AC, and it's just like a blast into a freezer. Best feeling ever. But Frank, to your point, who's complaining, man? This is fucking beautiful. Soak it all in. All right, Lou.
I've complained. I've complained. I'll be the complainer of the group because I'm working out in this shit, and it ain't that fun when you're dicking around in the garden, Chandler. Planting shit, and you're mowing your grass, Frank. It's all fun and games. When you're hiking 2-acre lots with a 40-pound backpack and it's 95 with 100% humidity, it ain't that fun anymore.
The heat's got to be good for the bugs, though.
Yeah, no, absolutely, definitely good for business. I'm looking out for my guys out there today. It is warm. I do want to shout out weather people and weathermen specifically for how bad they suck at their fucking jobs. Because today they were calling for rain almost all day. Yesterday it was in the morning today, and then this morning it was in the afternoon today. It sprinkled for maybe 20 minutes at noon, and it's been sunny ever since. So,
who's paying these people?
Shout out to weathermen. Who says you suck?
Yeah,
huge shout out.
Big weather podcast, anti-weatherman podcast. Is that where we're trending?
Yeah, for sure. Or weather woman, whoever's doing it,
general the weather person.
Yes.
Politically correct podcast as well.
Correct. We are doing great. But yeah, you got mosquitoes, Mosquito Authority. Give Lou a call. He'll spray those bad boys down. Lou, you got to tell the folks about the ad you're running and whatever that person commented.
Yeah.
I live in a sea of hate, of shitty comments like every day. So honestly, I felt pretty good you were getting it on your business as well.
Yes, I would be happy to share. And this was just on the let me find it here. This was on the public Mosquito Authority ad page. Mind you, I'll leave this person anonymous because I'm sure he's a listener. But yes, this person has never been a customer, nor has never called about service, asked questions about anything like that. So they commented on the Facebook post here. Are you fucking kidding me? ? Treatments for mosquitoes ? How about doing it the old-fashioned way with a little bit of calamine lotion and scratching away, just like we used to do when we were kids? You people are money-hungry bastards. And I quote.
He's got a point. Calamine lotion.
Why don't you just fucking scratch them off? Okay?
Just scratch it.
Yeah, I love them, dude. It's just, that just fuels the fire, baby. You know that, Frank. That just turns the engine even more.
Just that one's all time like funny. It's like
left
broken
field,
bone.
dude.
Yeah. Like, why go put a cast down at the doctor's? Why don't you just like wrap it in leaves and sticks like they used to do or whatever the fuck? Like, it's so funny to me that someone just okay. And it's one thing to maybe have that thought, sure, like all time boomer thought ever of just like, why would you spray for mosquitoes? You should just get bit and fucking scratch yourself because that's like
right. And it's one thing to be like, the service sucks, you're poisoning the plants, you're doing this, that, and the other thing. I hear that all the time. But this was just like, you better fucking scratch them off.
Yeah. At the core, you're a greedy fuck.
Damn, he got me, dude. Fuck.
He's got a point.
It might have been Chandler.
He's got a point.
Chandler's like a boomer at heart. Yeah.
Well, I'm not a listener. I'm a member of the podcast, so it couldn't be me.
True. Very true. Well, I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was so damn funny. Boys, what do we have to report from the weekend? What's the news? What are we coming in with?
News from me from the weekend. Longest day of the year was Saturday. Did my once-a-year Ryder Cup out at Boulder Point. 36 holes. Started off torrential downpours Saturday morning. Round gets delayed from 8 to 9:30. So we're pressing from basically sunrise to sunset, golf all day. Long and short, played just like a bag of dicks on Saturday. I played terrible golf. And it was funny because it was like a torrential downpour out in Oxford for like an hour and a half, 2 hours straight. So there were puddles, and I'm talking about like 20 to 25 yard wide puddles in the middle of the fairways. So we're playing like golf with like extra water hazards during it. I lost 4 balls in play on Saturday between bunkers and fairways. But Boulder Point, great course. Played terrible, like I said, but at the end of the day, it was great. I'm soaking in all this heat. Looks like I got a white tee on. As you can see there, you see that?
Oh yeah. Chandler's first tan.
That's a little farmer's tan. That's a little farmer's tan there for you. That's what working outside looks like, Lou. So got the white tee on underneath the tee, but all in all, great summer weekend.
Tandler. Call him Tandler.
Hey, there we go.
Oh man, I had a pretty boring weekend. I worked all day Friday and Saturday. Had a family viewing for some of that past Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday was a good day. Sunday got absolutely fucking loaded next to the pool. Surfsides, tequila, Oberons, they were all going down, and I think I was in bed by about 7 o'clock. Started drinking around 11 a.m. So pretty good day, pretty good Sunday.
Yeah, I think you texted a picture or snapped it of like a bunch of Surfsides and a bottle of tequila saying, I'm getting absolutely loaded today. So I'm glad you fulfilled what you promised.
Yes, I did. You know that. I don't lie, Frank. I'm a marathon guy. I love to run them. And I can't speak highly enough about Surfside. Like, those drinks are fucking delicious. And like, I'm not just saying any of this. Like, they are so good.
Dude, they rock. They genuinely rock. And we're not even we're not even sponsored on the podcast technically, but like
I just like them. They're good.
They're so good.
I like that they're flat too, and they're not like the fizzy shit. They're so much easier to drink.
The half and half is by far my favorite. The lemonade,
Same.
iced tea, so good. The iced tea one rocks. The lemonade, I mean, they're all good.
There's really not a bad flavor though, right?
They just dropped off a big shipment here today. I was pretty excited about it. So we're restocked, reloaded at HQ. They're a great partner. So if you haven't tried Surfside, they're out of Philadelphia. They're like exploding all over the country, like fastest growing beverage in America. I'm not even kidding. So they got a sign out at Comerica. They're at LCA. They're Pistons, Red Wings. So you're going to be seeing a lot more of Surfside.
DT.
If you haven't tried them, they go down so easy, and they actually taste good. They rock.
Yeah. What about you? What'd you get into?
So I got a couple things to report over the last week. So last week had golf. Thursday had the day off, played golf all day, or played a round of 18. And boys, shot the best round of my life. Happy to report at Chandler Park Golf Course, my home course, Detroit course.
Where else would you want to do it?
Correct. It was unbelievable to do it at the home course. Shot an 89, broke 90. For the first time ever, went 47-42, played alongside my buddy who also shot his career low, and he beat me. Like I shot my career low and lost. Like it was a hell of a day. The boys were fucking pin hunting, shooting them straight, whatever you want to say. We went low. Awesome day. So I just wanted to report that we maybe have figured something out. Probably go out, this week at league and shoot a 56, but for at least a moment in time, I felt like I could, I wasn't the Make-A-Wish kid out there, which was nice.
Did you hit any Danny DeVito's, Frank?
What's that?
It's a nasty little 4-footer.
I was pretty good with the putter. I was saving a lot of strokes.
Well, I mean, hey, that's the game, baby. I love it. Happy for you, dude. At the home track too. Where else do you want it?
It was great. On the 19th, favorite number. A lot of things just lined up. I still fucking lost, though, which is crazy. But whatever. Good day. Wanted to share that with you. Wanted to toot my own horn. Another thing I'm going to toot my own horn about. Last night, I am downtown in the City. Tigers are playing. City's buzzing. Grayson is hosting their Rocket Mortgage Classic party. And they threw an awesome event, had a lot of people there. Music was blaring. They had like a whole new line of closeout, really cool stuff. Love everything Grayson does, and it's obviously the most comfortable stuff out there in the golf world. But that's not the story. On the way there, I park and I'm walking towards Grayson with a buddy, and I'm watching this kind of taller, lanky guy try to work a scooter, and he's kind of fumble fucking it. Like he's kind of not figuring it out right away.
Expert and like yourself had to step in, huh?
Correct. So I'm like, oh, let me help this guy out. And we look, and me and my buddy look at each other and we're like, Rip Hamilton. That is Rip Hamilton. Right outside of Queens, Shinola area there. And I'm just like, Rip, what's going on? He's like, what's good? So cool. And I was just like, can I get a picture? He's like, let it fly. And I just turned, did the selfie. He chunked up the deuce, got a picture. I shook his hand. I was like, you're one of my childhood heroes, man. He's like, I really appreciate you saying that. And then he buzzed by us on the scooter, figured it out. But, and then he was cruising in front of San Morello, and someone spotted him. And it was pretty funny. Someone goes Rip. And he's like, how y'all doing? And then he stopped, everyone turns can we get pictures? And then everyone comes off the patio to get pictures with Rip.
Damn.
I thought it was pretty sweet. It was just sweet. It's just Pistons, Detroit legend, being so cool, getting love in the city without it being overwhelming. I don't know. I thought it was awesome, and he's a great dude. So happy to meet him.
Are you closer to Rip Hamilton or Troy Weaver? I know you were very close to both.
Yeah, I would definitely say, I would rather be closer to Rip. So I'm going to go with Rip. I felt more of a warm connection. He chunked up a deuce, if you didn't hear me say that. That was really special. But I got to say, the Troy Weaver picture is the story is just a lot funnier. He was just a random guy walking outside of Belle Isle, not that clean of an area. He's just kind of cruising around out there. And I spotted him from the street, and I pulled over. Even pulling over, I was like, what am I doing?
That's right. Old friends.
That's right.
Troy. He's like, what's up? He's wearing
Holy shit! Someone noticed me.
and this was like the Pistons 10-win season, and I'm like,
he's
wearing
fuck.
he's wearing. I'm like, are you Troy Weaver? And I'm like 200 feet in front of him, and he's like, yes, I am. And I like jog over, and I'm like, what am I fucking doing here?
You were my childhood hero.
Yeah.
We're going live, Troy.
No, it was more so like I am amazed that I recognized you. Like I am amazed I knew who you were, and like I was driving by at 35 miles an hour and spotted Troy Weaver. So
He felt the same, it sounded like.
I wonder who's next. What Piston am I going to get next? Very excited to find out. We'll find out.
Any of them.
I suppose.
Could be any of them. I think we have to bring it up. I think we're all recipients of it. You were talking about Danny DeVito, some 4-foot putts. Frank, did you put the putter away with the new findings from this weekend? I think we breezed over it, and we all benefited from this weekend in the world of golf and putters, correct?
Are you talking about
He's talking Nard Dog.
I'm talking Nardy.
He's talking
I think we're
Nardy
all
Dog.
part of the Nardy crew, are we not?
Welcome to the Nardy Party, everyone.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We're gonna let you in. I think Lou should talk,
yes.
should speak to this.
Okay.
We're all part of the Nardy Party.
So
let him have it.
Bettinardi, have either of you heard about these type of putters before this all went down?
I have, but I didn't know they did anything other than putters. That's what I will say.
Yeah, so I was completely new to the Bettinardi. Frank, what about you?
I'm pretty much with Chandler, and I would say I heard of the brand maybe like the start of this golf season. Like,
Yeah.
it was nothing I knew, nothing I was going to have any business buying. I never thought I'd be part of the crew, but here we are. So yes, so not really.
Okay, so a lot of us pretty new to the Bettinardi game. If you don't know the golf brand Bettinardi, basically they are like a Scotty Cameron type putter. The bougie, top milled, made in the USA, made right over the Lake Michigan, actually in Chicago. But they have everything. Irons. They actually were stocked with a bunch of Grayson hoodies I saw on there as well. But putters and wedges are like their two big things, putters being number one. So basically what had happened was one of the guys in our golf league found a 50% off code that was leaked for the Bettinardi website. This traveled like wildfire. Everybody in our league, Chandler, you can speak to this. We all went on the site almost immediately. The code was actually up for about 2.5 days before it got taken down. Yeah. Whereas like two years ago, we got the TaylorMade code where this similar thing happened, and they shut that bitch down within like maybe 8 hours max, maybe less than that. So Bettinardi, somebody over there got fucking fired on Monday. I'll tell you that for sure. Because they probably took in about close to $40,000 to $30,000 of orders from Southeast Michigan, from all the people that we sent this code out to. And basically what we did was we went on the website. There was only a very few amount of series of putters. I believe the Hive collection was like their top one. And I want to say like Studio B something was the other one that you couldn't use it on. But basically everything else was fair game on the website. So we were all ordering thousands of dollars worth of putters and wedges and irons and using this code and getting everything for 50% off, planning to keep some of the items and then resell some of the items. So
yeah, and I want to note too, like if you're unaware of Nardies, like, we all just said we kind of
yeah. So
like,
if anyone hasn't figured that out, it's Nardies.
Yeah, Bettinardies. Yeah, we're calling them the Nardies. So they, they were putters range from 450 to 650. Some is kind of where the ranges I would put them. And I mean, this stuff's expensive, and I don't know if you guys tried to use them on the wedges. Their irons, like their irons are like $2,000.
Yeah,
it was working on them if you really wanted to like dig in on this code. But so you guys said everyone in your league bought them. I sent them to my entire league. Everyone's sending screenshots of all the Nardies they're buying. I don't think anybody got less than 2. I know I got myself 2, and I was like, I'll keep one, and I'll sell the other, and it's a complete wash. I knew damn well I was just going to keep 2 Nardies in my bag at all times. Like, why not?
You have to.
Yeah, and it was very exciting to pass that code around, and like you said, Lou, like it stuck around because you sent it that night and you guys were going nuts. It was absolute nardy fiesta in the group chat, and I missed everything, and I woke up like sick. Cool. I missed out on the fucking fun. Type that bitch in at like 8 in the morning.
Well, the funny thing was the code gets leaked on Friday night, and it's like the nardy security just like took the weekend off. Like he clocked out at 5 p.m. on Friday. He didn't come in till 9 a.m. Monday, and like he came back to like 1,200 orders from Metro Detroit because I was joking the other day. Nardi should just send its own box truck and or semi and just start whipping them out the back door for delivery, because there is we talked to the guy at League on Monday night. He was saying Dearborn Country Club has a very hefty Nardi shipment coming in there as well too. Guess it caught like wildfire in there, so there is going to be Nardis flying around Carl's, Golf Galaxy, and local golf courses here in Metro Detroit this summer.
And if you haven't seen these putters, like, they are fucking sick. Like, look them up. They're top of the line. Like,
they're luxury.
Mwah. Yeah.
They're luxury. They're milled in the U.S. or whatever the fuck.
Do you guys think at all this is the play? They did this. They leaked it to get some more Nardi sold, to get the word out, to get the word to more amateur golfers.
People like me.
I would have never bought one if they didn't leak it.
Never.
No, I'd be using my nubbins. My nubbins is what I use. And well, hey, so wait. So we're all living in Nardi paradise, right? Like, I'm a 2 Nardi man now. That's like kind of a status.
Oh, I'm a quad Nardi, dude. I got 4-piece.
Quad eye Nardi.
But there's always a catch. Our email inboxes started to light up this 2 days, or yesterday, I think. Yesterday, we all got the email of doom. And it was like, hey, thank you for your interest in Bettinardi putters. We love expanding the game to our yada, yada, yada. I'm like, what is it? Just tell me I fucking used a legal code. All right, just tell me. And they're like, we noticed this code was supposed to be used internally only, and it was supposed to be used on 1 item. We noticed you bought 2 items. Please let me know which putter you'd like to return. So I am unfortunately going to be a 1 Nardi man. Had to send one back, and let me tell you, trying to make that decision's like Sophie's choice. Trying to pick which kid I wanted to get rid of, it was tough. I had to look both of these beautiful Nardis in the eye through pictures on the computer and send one back. So only got 1 coming. If you were lucky enough to use a different email for a couple different purchases, I think you could sneak by it. But they caught on, and honestly, good for them for not yanking away both. I'm still getting a half off Nardi, but wasn't allowed to get extra greedy and get 2 Nardis.
I was just going to say that. Shout out to Bettinardi for honoring even the 1, because it seems like a lot of people were using it. And they have to have some affiliation with Grayson, right? So, you know, maybe we've always meant to be Nardi boys since we're a Grayson account and podcast.
Yeah, so that was fun, dude. That was like euphoric when those things were just coming in. Like, you're putting all these items in your cart and typing the promo code in, and it's like $900 orders for $450. Hello.
Yeah. And like, just, you know, buying something that expensive, like, I would never buy something that expensive that fast.
Dude, I have an Odyssey putter that's like $130.
Well, like, if I was getting a new putter and spending that much money, even the half off number I got, like a $250, like, I would probably take a lot of time and like watch videos and watch reviews, but not knowing when that code was going to expire, I was just like hucking shit in the cart, like as fast as I could. Like, best review, like top Bettinardi, Chat GPT, that one, cool, done. Like, I don't want this code to expire. And I don't know, it was exhilarating, like you said.
Yeah.
I bought it, then watched YouTube, then read Reddit. The only time I've ever spent $250 quicker is on the grounds of a casino. Other than that, I've never snapped that quickly into spending $250.
That's what I did. I was just like, I texted a buddy, did Chat GPT, and we're like, all right, cool. Oh, by the way, did you guys take the quiz? I took the quiz. The quiz is such bullshit. It's like, what kind of putter do you need on the website?
I just went right off looks.
Yeah, the first question is, what hand are you? The second question is, how much arc is in it? And the last one's just like, you hitting your putts or not? Like, that's like the quiz. And you're just like, all right, cool, give me that one.
I'm not buying a new putter because I'm fucking burying everything.
Yeah, even though the nubbins.
Hey.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nardi
That was
boys.
a good time, dude. Yeah, we're Nardi guys now. So if you're not a Nardi person, like make sure you get on Bettinardi and Nard up, dude.
Yeah. Nard out, nard up, nard out. Hell yeah. Well, cool. Maybe we should talk about some sports stuff. I'm going to hand this one to Chandler. An NBA championship was won this week on Sunday when the Oklahoma City Thunder took the Indiana Pacers to Game 7 and won. Tyrese Halliburton tears his ACL. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched any of the NBA playoffs after the Pistons got eliminated, but I did watch Game 7. Wasn't that exciting for me personally, but not taking away any accolades from the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'll let someone who actually knows what they're talking about speak.
Yeah, Oklahoma City wins their first ever championship here this year. Not a surprise. They were either 1 or 2 favored going into the playoffs, them and the Celtics. But, you know, a good team, a boring team. There's not characters. Even though you have the MVP in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, not really a personality. Kind of, you know, just bland. But they earned it. They were the best team throughout the regular season, the best team throughout the playoffs, won their first championship. The crazy part, the scary part about it is for a team that's so good and so dominant already, A, most of their guys are under 25, 26 years old. B, they have a boatload of draft picks from previous trades. They're not going anywhere. And C, they have someone who's sitting overseas that they drafted last year who could be a top 5 player from last year's draft who is just marinating over in Europe this year, and he's going to be coming over next year to add to their roster. So Oklahoma City wins. This seems like the start of a dynasty, something that they can continue. But I believe last 9 NBA champions, all different teams. So not so fast. It's been a lot of parity, but maybe this OKC team is going to be that one to break that streak. But the big news out of Game 7 was Tyrese Halliburton obviously rupturing his Achilles, playing on a strained calf. Basically, it's a no-no now. If you have a strained calf as a basketball player, you don't play on it. You don't play on it. It's happened to Durant. It's happened to other guys. Jason Tatum this year played on a strained calf. Damian Lillard was playing on a strained calf. You play on a strained calf, you're running the risk of an Achilles injury. But for a guy who was voted by his peers as the most overrated player in the league, I think a lot of opinions are going to change with what he did, putting it on the line, risking a whole season, which ended up coming true by playing on a strained calf and rupturing his Achilles. But to your point, Frank, kind of a whatever. If you're not a basketball fan, you probably weren't too into the series, although I did see Game 7. College or pros was the second most watched basketball game this year, only behind the national championship for men's college basketball.
Wow.
So it got eyeballs. And I will also say MSU Auburn, 5th most watched game this year. Spartan Nation rise up.
Why?
Big program.
Blue
a lot
blood.
of eyes on it.
Blue blood.
That's right. So end of the season, end of the NBA season. I will say this about the NBA.
I was totally thinking football. I'm an idiot, by the way. That makes sense.
Mike,
That makes sense.
MSU getting skull fucked by Auburn.
I was like, wait, that game could have happened. I was like, sweet, like that happened. Like, I'm an idiot.
I will say, for most people that aren't big basketball or NBA fans, best part, in my opinion, of the NBA season starts tonight. NBA draft, then going into free agency trades. We've already seen Kevin Durant get traded this offseason. Shams, who works for ESPN, one of the biggest insiders in the NBA, is saying this could potentially be one of the craziest NBA offseason with big pieces moving. Kevin Durant, Giannis, potentially Devin Booker. You're going to have a ton of big names moving this offseason. So buckle up, especially for a team in a town that should be in contention next year with the Pistons. Should be a very fun offseason to kind of ramp up into next season and build some excitement up here.
Hell yeah. I am seeing, like, with the East, because Tyrese Halliburton, ruptures his Achilles. I mean, it's like a year-long injury. Same with Jason Tatum. Like, Pistons Pistons got a shot. I mean, not that they didn't even. I mean, they had a shot this year, but we don't root for injuries. But man, that seems like a window opening.
The Pistons seem like, and at least this is what Trajan Langdon's saying early on, is that they're gonna not make big splashes. They're gonna make moves. They're gonna get better, but he doesn't seem to set the expectation that they're gonna go after one of those superstars, a Giannis or a Devin Booker. We'll see, but I think Trajan's taking a book out of Brad Holmes' book and saying getting healthy is good enough to get us to that next level. So we'll see if Jaden Ivey can do that. We'll see if a full season of Ron Holland can do that. We'll see if another season under Cade Belt can do it. And we'll see if we can add that role player or two to help bolster the front line this offseason to give us a little more depth. So all in all, exciting things. Expect the Pistons to be in the top 4 or 5 in the East next year and to take that next step to potentially winning a playoff series and getting into the Final 8 or Final 4 next year.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely love it. Let's move on to our Detroit Tigers. Ho-hum, they're still awesome. Their 50th win last night over the A's. Skubal with a little bit of a rocky start. Doesn't matter. The offense picks him up. Skubal ends with 8 Ks and another victory. Tigers put up 50 wins, first in the MLB, continue to march right along. Had a little bit of a tough series versus the Rays, but end up, winning that last game in the series, salvaging some of it, and marching right on through this, not as tough of a schedule in the middle of June. I'm pretty excited to see what Scott Harris does because, like you said last week, Chandler, we could add anything. It's we're already in first. We have a very strong team, but we could use help almost in every situation as well. I do think we need some help on the back end with a reliever, and we could probably use a starter as well. For me, I'm hoping the bullpen kind of wakes up. That last year it was what got us on our miracle run to the playoffs and won those games. And this year it's definitely been not a glaring, egregious weak point, but it absolutely has been, I think, clearly the weakest point of the roster this year. So I'm excited to potentially add some arms to the bullpen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, what a difference it makes when you got your Skubals, your Flahertys, and you're, making the start instead of going through the setup game. I definitely think the starting pitching is where we need to look. It seems like the bats are coming around. We have to leave Dingler back at catcher. He's by far the number one absolute gun back there. He's been getting the bat going, and then we go from there. But I think starting pitching is number one for us right now.
I agree 100%. We need to get Flaherty right and or another starter in with Job out. We need to get Reese Olson back. But I want to kind of take this another way for just a minute. Shame on the media for this town. I feel like every time I turn on the radio, all we're discussing is Skubal. Is he going to get extended? Is he going to get traded? We're fucking 50-30. We're the best team in the league. We're gearing up for a deep playoff run this year. And all we're worried about is what's going to happen with Skubal after the 2026 season. We've got 2 shots with him right now. And more specifically, we're the best team in the league this year with the best pitcher in the league. Who gives a shit? Let's worry about what we're going to do this year. Let's focus on how we're going to make this roster better. And let's enjoy it while we have them, because we're not the Yankees, we're not the Mets, we're not the Dodgers or the Red Sox, nor should we be with the market that we're in. Let's enjoy the time we have with them, and let's enjoy this ride. We've waited a fucking decade for this team to be back in this position, and now all we're worried about is after next season. We're not enjoying one of the better seasons in franchise history because we're focused on what's going on next season. Fans, don't worry about it. We got him this year. We're going to have him this year. He's the best pitcher in baseball this year. Enjoy the ride, and let's go for that World Series title this year and worry about all the other bullshit next year and beyond.
I think that's really well put. I feel like us as Detroit fans, I'm just learning quite a bit that I don't know if we're shell shocked. I don't know if we're just angry people because we haven't won a championship, since 2008. But we do seem to find our way into what can we be upset about when everything seems to be working well. So yeah, I mean, I agree. I want the Skubal contract to get done, but also I can't imagine Scott Boras is calling every day to try to make that deal, because with every time Skubal takes the hill, his value just goes up and up and up. So it's that conversation probably isn't going to happen until it reaches a fever pitch of, World Series, MVP. Like, why wouldn't he just keep riding this rocket ship up? So I totally agree. Scoobles even said, like, I do want to be here, but right now I'm just focused on winning games, which I appreciate him saying. And there is so much that we should be like ecstatic about. Like, Pizzo mentions Dingler. That guy's a fucking stud, all-star, should be all-star game catcher. Javi Baez, like, where do you even begin? Back from the dead, leading voting as an outfielder for the all-star game. That is crazy. Torkelson, back from the fucking dead, an actual reliable contributing player. Wenzel Perez is absolutely balling out right now. He guns two people down yesterday. He's hitting the absolute piss out of the ball. And probably the hottest Tiger right now, Riley Green, who has like the second most RBIs in the last month, batting over 400. Just absolutely 4 hits last night, 2 dingers versus the Rays series last week. Just absolutely on fire. And then like
making every catch possible.
Yeah, and then you have guys that like Gleyber Torres, like ho hum, like gets a fucking hit every single game, staying healthy, playing well, and just finding different ways to win. It's awesome. Tiger baseball is awesome right now, and we should be happy about it.
Not to get too far ahead, but that's the guy we should be focused on re-signing is Riley Green. He's the cornerstone. He's the young guy. He's third in the AL in RBIs, and he's still young enough to where, hey, it might not cost $40 million a season for an everyday player. Lock him up, get him in, make him the face of this Tigers team. It was him or Torkelson. That's always been kind of the plan. Him or Torkelson has to step up and be one of the mainstays. They're now both doing it, but I mean, Riley Green is arguably going to be a top 3 AL MVP candidate this year. If not top 3, he will be top 5 if he continues on this path. So Riley Green's playing out of his mind, to your point, Frank. My point is, let's enjoy it. We've got so many riches in the minors. We can go get whoever we want this year. We can give up several top prospects and still be one of the deepest farm systems. This is what we've been waiting for. We haven't had this much excitement since Mario and Rod were in the booth beating the shit out of each other.
Amen.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, God bless Tiger baseball. Sweet. So this weekend, other news in Detroit. It's golf weekend in Detroit with the Rocket Mortgage Classic. A great little tradition here, great little summer tradition here in the D. I know I'm appreciative for it. What do you guys got as far as the Rocket Mortgage Classic goes this weekend? What are your thoughts? What are your picks? What do we think?
I will say this is probably the best field I've seen from the Rocket Mortgage in the last 3 years as far as talent goes.
I agree.
I mean, between Morikawa, you got Hideki, you got Keegan, who just won. Ben Griffin's been playing out of his mind. Cantlay's a Ryder Cup potential. Wyndham Clark's been playing well. Min-Woo Lee, Tony Finau was runner-up last year. So just a lot more exciting event I think it's going to be this year.
I agree, Lou. You got potentially 4 U.S. Ryder Cup guys, maybe even 5. At the event this weekend between Morikawa, between Cantlay, between Keegan Bradley. Ben Griffin is probably going to make the Ryder Cup team. He's been one of the better, more consistent golfers this year. And then you even got guys like Cam Young who have been very consistent this year and playing very well. I'm tired of hearing everybody, well, they shoot so low, they shoot this. Okay, not every course can be fucking Oakmont,
right,
where they're hacking out a 6-inch rough. Like, this is what we've got here. If Oakland Hills had a clubhouse right now, maybe they'd be playing an event there or potentially moving it there, but they don't. But this is the fun of every tournament. This is a tournament where you're going to get to see scoring, where they're going to light it up. And I did see a stat where Detroit Golf Club is officially the flattest course out of any course this year. So for anyone, this is the positive spin to it, anyone who's going, your sight lines when you're in grandstands are clearer than any other course, seeing multiple holes at multiple different times. Why wouldn't you want to go down there? There's a PGA Tour event in Metro Detroit. Think about it growing up. We had the Buick Open that was up in Grand Blanc. That's more Metro Flint than Metro Detroit. We've got an event here. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. The field's been better than it has been. And you know what? Go out, have fun, enjoy the day there, and see someone shoot 26 under over the weekend to take the Rocket Classic down.
100%. It's great to have it in our backyard, and it's Detroit golf. You know, it's not at Oakland Hills. It's not up north. It's in the city, and this is what we got. Welcome to the D. Thanks for being here. Boys, what do we like as far as picks go?
I'm going to start, okay? And we all have to handshake. We're all putting money on this. All right?
Yep.
Just trust me, guys. Handshake. Since we are Nardi boys, there is one very famous Nardi putter that's in this field this week. He's going off at 50-1. Matt Fitzpatrick. He is one of the only big-name PGA Tour pros who rocks the Nardi. I feel it's right. We've got to take Matt Fitzpatrick. We're Nardi boys now. We're Narding out. God, I'm Nard thinking about this right now. Give me Matt Fitzpatrick.
So fucking nard right now.
Oh my God, I'm fucking narding everywhere right now.
Dude, absolute Nardapalooza over here.
Hey.
Lou?
I'm gonna go with the hot hand, dude. I'm gonna go with Ben Griffin this week. I like Benny. He's been striping it. He's been in the top 10 almost every tournament that I've watched this season. I think he absolutely goes to work. It seems like he has a pretty good short game. I'm gonna ride with Ben Griffin. I think he's gonna make the Ryder Cup team this year too.
I love it. I am going to go with someone who has played the course very well, but has not won it yet. I'm going to go with Cameron Young at 30-1. He has 2 top 10 finishes at the tournament, tied for second and tied for sixth. Been playing pretty well. I think he breaks through this weekend. He obviously likes that there's not a lot of undulation at Detroit Golf Club. So he likes it flat. And, of course, we're all going to throw a bet on Fitzpatrick, our Nard dog, our literal Nard dog.
Nard dog.
Well, sweet. What else do we have here, boys? What's on the list? I think I'm through everything I got.
I got a little game for us.
Before the game.
Okay.
One more thing before the game. Sorry. Just want to say it out loud. Detroit Red Wings announced their Centennial logo today. Always exciting when the greatest logo in the history of sports, adds a flair to it. Adds a new one. So 100th year, 1926 to 2026 this year. Red Wings logo is absolutely fantastic. They kept it really simple, kind of went with the old school looking Red Wing, kind of that Winter Classic looking wing, used the 0 of the middle of the 100. And I just think it looks great. All the other original 6 teams released their logos as well. And the Red Wings, in my opinion, is by far and away the best one. Boston and New York did a pretty good job. Chicago and Montreal mailed it in a little bit. And then Toronto went with like this silver leaf with like an imprint at 100 on it. I just think it looks like shit. And I don't like the Leafs. So none of that's helping them out. But just wanted to, say it out loud that, one thing, we're talking about people being mad on the internet and just fans being angry. Like, I think Red Wing fans are the angriest and the saltiest of just dealing with every sports person on the internet. Like, the most heat we get is over the Red Wings. And maybe that's because, it's our deepest following on the Instagram channel or what it is. And I think Yzerman just has everyone split right down the middle, but that is neither here nor there. I've posted twice today about the logo, maybe 3 times. And there's always like some comment and it always has like a bunch of likes. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. I just want to sign some good players. And it's like, okay, like, I don't know. I'm sorry. There's a new logo. I like it.
Nice, man. Me too.
Yeah.
I want good players too.
Should I have posted that? Like, fuck the logo updates. Where's our players?
Get with the times, Frank.
I don't know. It was probably the same guy fucking saying like, just scratch yourself.
Fuck you. I'm following. Oh man, darn. I guess we'll shut it down then.
Yeah.
No,
I heard to commemorate their Mrazek's going to give up 100 goals in a month.
Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. And you're going to ask me 100 times what the hot seat is. And
Maybe 101.
All right, let's do the game.
All right, I got you. Speaking of 101, summertime, boys. What's one of the best What is one of the best things to do in the summer?
Grilling, Lou.
Whip out the grill, dude. Grill some hogs.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna call this game here. All the questions are based around grilling. A couple of them are multiple choice. One's true or false. There's a fill in the blank. But there's 5 questions total, and the name of the game is Grill or Be Grilled.
Nice. I like it a lot.
All right, here we go. So the first one's going to be a multiple choice. Category is called internal heat.
Oh.
If you prefer your steak cooked medium, what should the internal temp of your steak be at? Is it A, 130 to 135? Is it B, 125 to 130? Is it C, 140 to 145? Or is it D, 150 to 155?
I'll start us off here. Answer C. I believe it's C, 140 to 145. I'm a medium rare guy, and I'm usually a little less than that, which is why I think that that's the answer.
I have no fucking idea. Like, and the way Chandler answered with such confidence, like, I believe he's correct, but I think it would be really candy ass to just follow him. So just give me B.
B. Okay, the 125 to 130.
It's one of the 2 middle ones for sure.
That's what I'm going with.
Yep, Chandler, you are correct. For a medium steak, you're going to want that at 140 to 145. The 125 to 130 is actually between a rare and medium rare steak. Medium rare is 130 to 135.
That's right. That's what I usually do. You do your thumb right here. Do the fist. That's how you see if it's medium rare or not.
What?
Can everyone on the radio see his fist?
No, everyone watching on YouTube can, though. You do the fist, and under your thumb here, if you press your steak should feel like that for a medium rare.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I like that. When
Kizo
was listing out the numbers and like the different temperatures, I was like the Zach Galifianakis math. That was me. I couldn't figure anything out.
So real quick, bonus question based off of that first one. How many minutes are you supposed to let your steak sit for once you take it off the grill?
I'm going to say 10.
Oh, man. All right, I'm going to go 4.
4. Frank, you were the closest. The answer is actually 3 minutes after it comes off the grill. You're supposed to let it sit.
Seems a little short. I think they're wrong.
Chandler's going to run.
I think they're wrong.
Chandler's upset about that answer.
No, they're wrong. It's supposed to be 10.
Chandler's his steak out and going to run errands.
All right, so Chandler got that one right. 1 point for Channy. Nobody gets the bonus question. Category 2 is called Top Dogs. So I'm going to give you 3 of the 5 most grilled items every week during the 4th of July week. You tell me which 2 I missed, or you give me the 2 that I didn't name. All right?
Yeah.
So the first 3, they're pretty easy. Burgers, hot dogs, steaks, and what are the other 2?
Frank, you go first. I think I got the other one you don't say. I think we can nail this.
Okay. I'm gonna say bratwurst.
There's 2. Are you going teaming up?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll team up.
Yeah, what do you got?
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say ribs for one of them.
Okay. Both of you are incorrect so far.
I would just leave it out. Yeah. Let's see if. Okay. So then I would go. So I'm going to give 2. I think it's Italian sausage, and I bet you it's chicken.
It's got to be chicken, right? That was my other one.
Italian sausage.
Okay. So sausage is incorrect. Chicken is one of the 4 or one of the 5. The 5th, nobody has gotten. I was a little thrown off by this one too.
Wait.
Corn on the cob?
Corn. Yeah, I was going to say corn.
Corn on the cob is it. Corn
Nice.
on the cob.
Nice.
Here we go.
Corn on the cob grilled.
I was like, yeah, it makes sense, but you don't really think of that, you know?
It's underrated.
It's amazing.
Underrated because you don't eat it all fucking winter, and then you throw it on the grill and you eat it, and you're like, this rocks. This is underrated.
Yep. Agreed.
Butter that shit up.
All right. Category 3 is called Truth or Myth.
Nice.
When you're searing a steak, does that lock in the juices of the steak?
Does it lock it in?
Does it lock in the juices of the steak? Is that a truth or is that a myth?
That's a myth.
Is this like true or false, and you just put your spin on it?
Yes, Chandler.
Truth or myth? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's a myth, I think.
You both are correct. That is a myth. Searing does not trap moisture. In fact, if you over-sear it, you can lose some of that moisture in there. Searing creates that brown crust for you through a Maillard reaction, which is the chemical reaction between amino acids and sugars when the meat is exposed to high heat.
Wow.
Galifianakis.
Everyone, who's not watching, he's not reading anything. He's just off the dome.
That's how much I love
Doesn't even know
grilling.
what an amino acid is.
All right, here we go. Category 4. Smoke them if you got them.
Sweet.
When you're smoking a pork shoulder, what is the best flavor wood pellet or piece of wood to use? It's a multiple choice. I'll give you 4 here. Is it A, hickory? Is it B, cherry? Is it C, apple? Or is it D, maple?
What are we grilling again?
Pork shoulder.
I gotta say they all sound delicious. Like I was just thinking of all of them. They all sound very, very good.
I'm between 2. Go ahead, Frank. I'm going to
What was
say
the
the one you don't say.
What was the last one?
Maple.
Maple.
I'm gonna go with cherry.
Ooh, that wasn't one of my 2.
Wow.
I'm going to go apple. Pork and applesauce.
Ooh, that sounds right.
Chandler, you are correct. Apple wood is they say the best flavor of wood to use when you're smoking a pork shoulder. It enhances the natural flavor of the pork.
That's
Making
right.
me hungry. I do want a hot dog really bad right now.
Yeah, it sounds good. It does sound good. All right, here we go. This is the last one. Frank, you need to come back here. You're behind. You're behind, Frank.
I usually lose these.
Okay. Category 5 is called tool time.
Perfect.
And I'm going to ask you, what is a chimney starter used for?
What's a chimney starter used for?
Yes.
Starting the smoker.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say that a chimney starter is going to start, your smoker, your egg, or whatever it is.
So a chimney starter is actually a lighter used for a charcoal grill that doesn't require any lighter fluid. That's your chimney starter, boys.
That was just a fucking open essay question.
Yeah.
Didn't get no help at all.
No, you had to dial in there, dude. I wanted to see your grill knowledge. It's low. Low IQ.
Yeah. Reminded me in college, it's like painting tests. They had all these paintings come out. And I was like, it's going to be multiple choice or it's going to be like free answer. I can just like interpret it.
No,
and
you
then
had to study for this one.
Oh, you had to study it. They were pulling out the paint.
They were like, one bonus question I want to bring up real quick that I thought was pretty wild. The most expensive grill ever made is the Beefeater Golden Grill. Features a 24-karat gold-plated exterior. Any idea of what something like that costs?
Oh my gosh. Got to be what? 50,000?
I mean, like what, 300,000?
$165,000 this grill was valued at.
Maybe we get a promo code.
The beef 50% off the Beefeater.
Yeah.
That's it for the game though, boys. Grill
Good.
or be grilled.
That's
Hell yeah.
right.
Hell yeah. I love it. So let's close with over under. I don't know who had it this week. I never know.
I got it. I got it right here. So I find it, and I ask the guys at work, and I find that half the people like it, half the people don't. As far as over underrated, most people like it, but let's see if it's over or underrated. All right.
Okay.
Ready, boys?
Ready.
A Michigan staple in the summer: Blue Moon ice cream.
You know, I'll lead off. You know, I want to sit here and say like, no, it's a Michigan thing. It's pure Michigan. Like, you can't dog it. I haven't had Blue Moon ice cream in 20 years. I've never thought about Blue Moon ice cream. Every time I go to get ice cream, I'm never considering Blue Moon ice cream. If I went right now, I wouldn't get it. I don't know if I will ever have Blue Moon ice cream again in my life. Dead serious. Like,
Wow.
I'm not against it, but like, when am I ever going to pick that over like 20 other ice cream flavors? You know? So I'm going to say overrated.
I like that. That's the type of context I wanted. You're not going to get it, therefore it's overrated.
I'm never going to get it. I'm never going to consider it. I'm never going to crave it.
I'm going to disagree with you, Frank. I'm going to go with underrated. It is a Michigan staple. I'd be happy to get a Blue Moon ice cream over at Ray's Ice Cream down in Royal Oak, all natural ice cream flavors for 45 years. And every time you get the rainbow ice cream, which flavor do you pick out of that? The Blue Moon, dude. You go right to the blue. It's by far the best. It's a staple here. Blue Moon ice cream, underrated.
You know what? I'm going to tend to agree with you, Lou. Underrated. It's childhood. It's pure Michigan. Hudsonville Blue Moon ice cream is my favorite. Why bring this up? Irma's custard. Flavor of the week, I hear, Blue Moon. So if you're a Blue Moon fan, go to your local Irma's custard and get that flavor. But I'm a Blue Moon guy. If I'm going to get hard ice cream, Blue Moon's in the top 5 for me as far as hard ice cream flavors go. I do prefer soft serve and custard over hard ice cream. But if I'm going to go hard ice cream, Blue Moon's in the rotation for me at least once or twice a year minimum that I get Blue Moon ice cream. So underrated.
You guys both shouted out ice cream places, so I just feel like I need to do it. I need to rep the east side here. Soft serve custard, you go to Wally's without a doubt. They have the fire truck in the building. It's awesome. It's childhood. It's amazing. Hard ice cream, Ashby's all day. Those are my 2 shout outs for the east side.
All right.
Love it. What do you usually get, Frank? Like vanilla bean?
No, I don't get fucking vanilla bean, Pizzo. Fucking piece of shit. No, dude. I get this thing called Rush Hour. It's fucking good, and it's like coffee, and it's awesome. Like coffee ice cream. I hate you. That is episode 188?
189.
189.
189.
189 of the Fizz. Thank you all for listening. We appreciate you. I hope this weekend everyone has a big vat of Blue Moon ice cream, and I hope Pizzo eats shit. So everyone have a great weekend. Good luck on all your bets, and go Tigers.
Stay cool out there, everybody. Vanilla bean for life. Nardy boys for life.
Nard 1. Peace.
Nardy boys, stand up. See you.